Well, good afternoon, or should I say good evening. It's about 5:30. It's maybe late to be setting out, but I'm out eventually to sunset, which isn't till nearly 10 o'clock. So, I mean, that's four and a half hours away. So, and I've come to Wast Water for sunset. But having got here early, I was wondering what I can do. So I'm going up, if I turn round, I don't know whether you can, in that gap there, that's where we're heading. This is Greendale here, and we're going up to Greendale Tarn. I've been round here before because of the mountains either side of Wainwright's, but I'm not quite sure. I don't think I've actually been to the Tarn before. So, yeah, again, it's a bit of an exploration. See what we can see, whether we can get some. Well, we can certainly get some images. Whether we can get some decent images up there, I don't know. So, yeah, we'll go up to Greendale Tarn. And see what we can see. Maybe have a bite to eat there, and then we'll head back down to Wast Water for sunset and see what images we can get there. So, yeah, right. I won't ramble on. We'll plod on, and we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we're part way up towards the Tarn. Probably not actually even halfway yet. And I just came across this waterfall here, and I thought, yeah, that's quite nice. I think that'll make a good composition, so that's why I've stopped. We're gonna mooch around, work out a composition and see what we can do with that. But before we start looking for a composition, there's just a couple of things I want to talk to you about. Right, well, the first thing was to give a shout out to my mate or friend Dennis. This time last year I was actually in Iceland on a BVS or Brendan Van Sant trip to Iceland, and that's where I met up with Dennis. And when we were in hotels, because most of it was camping, Dennis was my roommate, and he gave me this cap. I'm not really a baseball cap person, but I'm wearing it today in honour of Dennis. I didn't have it earlier on, I forgot to put it on, but yeah, if he's watching this, I hope you're getting on alright in Canada, in Thunder Bay there. Keep seeing your pictures on Instagram and Facebook, etc. So hope you're doing well and your family. So yeah, that's Dennis, who, as I say, I met this time last year. We're in Iceland, so at the recording of the video. So that was that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was I need to put a page up on my website, but I'm launching that I'm available for doing bespoke photo walks, drives in the Lake District, and that will be, I will provide transport for up to one person. If it's more than one, you would need to provide transport for us all. It's just that I only have, as you've probably seen, the van, so I can only actually fit one other person in. The idea is, if anybody wants to come to the Lake District and they're not quite sure, or they know the places they want to go to, but they're not quite sure how to get there, the best way of getting there, the best place to go for the best composition. That's the idea, that I would act as a guide. Now, be that we drive somewhere, or that we go on a hike to get them. You'll have seen, there's plenty of videos to see. There's my Instagram feed, there's the pages on the website. So yeah, if you come into the Lake District, you've seen pictures you want to get, you're not quite sure how to get there, that will be, and I'll put a page up within the next few days on the website with that. So that will be guided, bespoke photo walks stroke drives. What I'm thinking about is probably 180 at the moment for a full day, and if it's just a morning or an evening, we'd probably do that at 100. So yeah, and I'm here, I mean, I think I'm a good photographer, but I'm not the perfect photographer. So it is geared to people who wanting to find the places to go, not necessarily needing learning photography. But if you are a beginner, you will quite come along, and I will give my pass on the limited knowledge I have, suggestions of how you can for compositions or for the shutter speeds, etc. Yeah, so that's a new thing to be launching in a sense from now. If you are interested, you can put a comment on the video, or wait till the page comes up on the website, and there will be a form to fill in, and payment wouldn't be required till it would all agreed, because it's not a set product. It's what I'd need to do is, when somebody says where they want to go, work out whether it's feasible to go all the different places they want to do it in the time they want to do it, or whether we've got to narrow it down, etc. And so until I'd agreed the actual route, etc., there'll be no payment required there. So that's something I'm launching. But yep, I'm starting to ramble again, so we'll get on, look for a composition, and we'll see you shortly. Right, well, here's the composition we've come up with. As you can see, I've got the camera quite high. Just back away a bit. Difficult, very rocky around here. Yeah, you see I've got the camera, the tripod, almost at its maximum. Fortunately, it's not very windy, so it's not windy at all really, so it's not moving about, so it's quite good. We've just come back here. So the idea is we've got a vertical composition to try and get the waterfall and some of the falls up there. I've also bracketed it, because there is, don't know whether you can see on the video, but under the rock there's a bit there and it's quite dark, so I've bracketed, so hopefully I can bring that out in post-processing. And I've taken 2 or 3 different, well, the same composition, but different images with different timings. The straightforward image with just a polarizer on was about 1/8 of a second, I think it was. And then I put a 3-stop ND filter on, which got me down to a full second. Which, if you look at the back of the camera there, that's where it was set when I videoed the back of the camera, and you can see the composition there. And then I changed the aperture and the shutter speed, so I got 1/2 of a second. And then once we get them home, we'll look in post-processing and see which one we think is the best, and whichever's the best, we'll put up on the video after this. So yeah, we'll put it up, and then we'll carry on heading up to the tarn and see what we can see there. So anyway, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, as you can see from the drone footage, we've made it to the tarn. When I had the drone up, I did take I thought I was taking a picture of it, but it took a picture of something else, so I'm not quite sure. But then I did do a wide-angled stitch together of the tarn, so if that's any good, we'll put it up. But we're just gonna just wander around and see what we can come up with compositions. It's quite calm, and the reflections are there, but yeah, it's maybe needing to get quite a bit higher up. So maybe we'll just have a wander along, see what we can come up with, and we'll see you shortly. Right, well, we've come up with our composition, and you can see that I'm recording through the stills camera so I can show you it. What seemed like a good idea, I'm on a rock here. Let's just and we're looking down the tarn to the col here between the two mountains, and I thought it was quite good because we've got the reflection, got the mountain going up there with the reflection coming down. We've got a triangle there, we've got the rock in the centre, and we've got this plant or weed or whatever rushes there, and I just felt it's not reasonably balanced, and I thought it would make quite a good composition. It is quite a high dynamic range, so I took some initially, and then I took some bracketed, captured some bracketed images, because it is quite dark down here, but then we've got the brightness of the sky up there, and there is a bit of I don't know what you may not be able to see it here, but there is some definition in the sky. I don't know why I've got my hat on back to front, but yeah, that's the composition. If it's any good, we'll put it up on the video after this, and then we might, I might do a pano as well. So yeah, I'll just show you where the panel will be in a moment. Right, yeah, I'm stood on, if I just come back a bit, because it's quite precarious. You can see I've got the tripod there on the rock, and I was going to maybe do a pano. This isn't quite wide enough to land on here, going from there round with the mountain and the tarn round. So we'll maybe do a pano there, and we'll see what it comes out like. But yeah. Right, well, we've come along to this stream. We're just going to the end of the tarn, and I don't know whether if I point this down whether you'll see there's quite a lot of leaves, and I thought it made quite a nice patterns and quite an intimate shot. So I've taken 3-4 different versions, all handheld, because there's no way I could get the tripod and look down directly, so it's standing over and doing it handheld. Yeah, so time's getting on. We're just going to go to the end of the tarn there, see what there's to see, and then I think I'm maybe going to forget about sunset, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere. I had thought about going up onto the top up there, but as I say, it's getting on. Oh, it's getting on towards 9 o'clock, and sunset's yeah, 9, 10 o'clock time. So we'll go to the end, see if there's any compositions there, and then we'll head back to the van. So anyway, we'll see you a bit later. Right, we've come to the end of the tarn, and it's like a mirror. You can see there, and there's those reeds poking up, which I thought would be quite good, a juxtaposition between the reflection, the grass at the back, and the reeds. I mean, if I show you the back of the camera, that's the composition, and you can see that I think it's 0.3 of a second. At f11, and yeah, I think it's going to be stunning, the way the reflections and just the reeds just coming out of that. Yeah, and I think this is going to be probably the last image of the day, but yeah, it's just stunning. So yeah, if that's any good, I'll maybe take capture a few more images just to make sure I've got it. And if that's any good, we'll put it up on the video, and then we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we're come back past the little waterfall, which was the first image that I captured. So we're not too much further from the van now. And it's been a good evening. I've been really pleased, although it didn't go according to plan. But then when you're on I suppose a scouting mission where you don't know exactly where you're going, well, I knew I was going to the tarn, but you don't know what you're going to find. You got to be prepared to change your plans. In the light of round sunset, there was some nice light. If you'd had a good composition, but there was no spectacular light, not like the sunset in the last video taken at Water. And if you haven't seen that, it's well worth a watch. Yeah, it was a really good sunset. So yeah, it's when you go into new areas, you've always got to be prepared to change your plans. You're never quite sure what you're going to find, how long you're going to spend capturing images in any particular spot. how long it's necessary going to get to there because of the difference in the terrain. And obviously I talked about bespoke photo walks. Now they will be very different because they will be planned out, and certainly if it's a new one, I would always go and do it myself beforehand just to make sure that I'd got the timings right, etc. So yeah, and if you're interested, drop me a line and we'll see what arrangement we can come to. And if you've watched the video this far, thank you very, very much. I mean, if you've enjoyed it, please click the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, why not subscribe? And if there's anything indeed, please comment. All comments are much appreciated, and yeah, all comments are replied to as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. Not quite sure where we're going to go next, but yeah, it was a good evening. So, and I think I've got some quite interesting images, so we'll have to see. You'll have seen them as you're listening to this, because I'll have put them up on the video, but until I get home I haven't seen them. So and you'll have seen the map that I put up to show you where we went. Yeah, it would have been nice to get to Wast Water as well, but I think for what I got, I'm more than happy. So yep, anyway, I'm beginning to ramble again, so yep, we'll finish it there and we'll see you on the next video.